Very good afternoon and a very warm welcome to the next session of Innovate Talks. And the topic for this session is Empowering Innovation and Growth Across the Jewelry Industry from the Creative Desk to the Global Market. To share their expertise on the topic, we have Mr. Diyan Shah, CEO of Do It Designs India Private Limited, and Dr. Jeet Desai, CTO, Samison Tech. Diyan Shah is an entrepreneur who transforms design challenges into practical solutions. His focus lies in streamlining CAD design workflows within the jewelry industry to make them faster, more effective, and easier to scale. Let's give a big round of applause for Diyan Shah. Sir, the stage is all yours.
So, hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well. And first of all, I would like to introduce you to our team. I am Diyan Shah, the CEO, with Hutanshi Shah being the founder. We started this company and it is now running with a strong core team, with Ajay Shah being the CTO and Pooja Shah being the COO. They handle all the operations of the company and turns their creativity and technology to help the jewelry industry move faster and smoother. And we also have Mr. Jeet Desai, CTO of Samison Tech Private Limited. He is very talented and he has done PhD in applied mathematics from Paris at a very young age. And we also have Mr. Mohit Kumar as the CEO of Samison Tech Private Limited. He has co-founded 3Dware and he was the first one to develop the Indian top-down DLP printer. So today I would like to share with you all not just what we have built, but also why we have built it and how we are solving the real existing problems in jewelry industry. So I would like to start with a simple but an important question, that when and why was Do It Designs born? The answer lies in the legacy of a company who has already been made a mark in this industry. Do It Industries Limited, the industry which provides cutting-edge jewelry making machinery, essential consumables, and plating chemicals to our industry. And Do It Industry is known for its service and its capability to solve the complex issues faced by the manufacturers across the globe. So Do It Industries realized that while machinery and production were being optimized, there was a clear gap that the manufacturers were struggling in sourcing the creative CAD designs. They were struggling to manage their in-house CAD designers and to keep up with the trends. And this led to the birth of Do It Designs India Private Limited. Do It Designs is a company focused entirely on digital designs innovation, especially in the CAD segment of jewelry industry. So I would like to introduce you all to our three most powerful verticals: Designs for Jewelry, Render Jewelry, and Mira 3D. Mira 3D is a collaboration with Samison Tech Private Limited with Mr. Jeet Desai and Mohit Kumar. So I would like to begin with our first vertical, which is Designs for Jewelry, or as I call it, D4J. So the biggest pain point in the manufacturers, we observed that they were really struggling to manage the in-house CAD designing team, as they are difficult to scale and they are really expensive. And even if a manufacturer have a good CAD designing team, it is really tough to come up with new market relevant design concept every day. And on the other hand, freelance designers were also stuck. Freelance designers in our industry, We have the designers who are immensely talented, but they do not have a platform to showcase their talent where they can upload their work and they can earn certain passive income model. And this is actually why D4J was developed to solve the problems of both the sides of the industry. D4J is an online marketplace where you can browse and purchase 3DM and STL files. Especially whether you are in India, whether you are in Turkey or Saudi Arabia, you can buy those designs from anywhere and from any part of the world. So this gives the small manufacturers an option and an uh, option to buy the wax designs, and a freelance designer can upload his designs on D4J. So many people ask us that is D4J limited to freelance designers only? But the answer is a straight no. D4J is not limited to the freelance designers. We ourselves encourage manufacturers to upload their designs on D4J because in our industry, a manufacturer approximately makes 200 designs per month and only some of them are pushed for the production and the rest of them remains unused. So D4J has given this opportunity to the manufacturers where they can upload their unused designs on D4J and they can earn and turn that old stock of designs into a new source of income. Where freelancers now have a platform where they can upload their work and earn passive income. We also have a dedicated seller portal, not just to upload and manage the uploaded designs, but also a feature where people can tag their designers behind the designs. This is extremely useful to internal track. If you are a manufacturer over here, you can use this feature to tag the designer behind the design and you can get advantage and the insights of the CAD designer who is producing a creative and commercially successful CAD. We also have Explore page, which is dedicated for the interaction of manufacturers and sellers. Manufacturers can find the trending designs, the designs which are bought by most of the manufacturers in the world. And the freelance designers get visibility on this page. Most of the designs which are bought by the manufacturers are shown on this page. So as we solve this issue of buying and selling of CAD files, there was one more issue remaining, that how will the sellers of D4J present their designs beautifully? So this is where our second vertical comes in, render jewelry. So in our industry, presentation is everything. A great design may go unnoticed if it is not presented in a good manner. Manufacturers in our industry right now are using traditionally old softwares, heavy rendering softwares, which takes about 5 to 6 hours to render a simple video. And this frustrates the clients and cause delays, especially when you are dealing in bulk designs and last minute changes. And hence this is exactly where render jewelry comes in. Render jewelry is built in a super intelligent way and the quickest way, where you just have to open your 3DM file and within seconds you get a 360-degree preview of that file. And within minutes you get professionally lit high resolution videos and images of this file. Some of the more features of render jewelry I would like to highlight are that render jewelry platforms is capable to handle the complex two-tone designs, shadows, lightings, and camera movements automatically. And this is what makes the work faster and also accurate. So render jewelry is not just about speed, but it is also about accuracy, and it gives the freedom to all the professionals, freedom from waiting, freedom from technical rendering, and freedom to scale their presentation efforts at the highest level without hiring the big rendering teams. So as we have solved the designing problem with designs for jewelry and the visual presentation issue with render jewelry. But there was one big technical issue in our industry. The issue was that manufacturers are facing right now, and especially at this point of time in the industry, gold weight reduction. And this issue led to the collaboration of Do It Designs with Samison Tech India Private Limited, Dr. Jeet Desai.
Am I audible? Okay, great. Right. So, नहीं, पीछे रहो. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Dr. Jeet Desai, the CTO of Samison Tech Private Limited. Right. So our company is 3 years old. We started off solving one of the most common problems in CAM, file repair. Like you have a design, STL, 3DM file, and you put it in a 3D printer and there's a print failure. So we made a software to fix that. So we are the first ones in India to do so, and in the world there are hardly 2 or 3 companies which do that well. So over the past 3 years, I've visited numerous manufacturers, and more than 100 to be precise. And like I would do installation, demo, training, etc. And very often, a few people would ask me, can I reduce the thickness of my design? So like they would come up with a very complex, like a temple jewelry, like several gods, and they would say कि यहाँ से मुझे thickness है ना, ये पूरा surface कम चाहिए. And then, okay, so I got this question again and again, and then pondering over it, I realized that the designs that we see, like all the designs over here, they have not been made at the minimum thickness, which is casting. In casting, we know that there's a thickness in which we'll be able to cast. Depends on the technology, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. Question is, if I have the casting technology at 0.4, have I made the design at 0.4? The answer is no. Like here is a very simple example of a ring. This design has been made on Rhino software, like the most commonly used software. So on Rhino software, okay, it's a great software. It is the backbone of our design, but there we can make only one feature at a time. So for example, we can make the ring shank first, then the top plate, then the side plate, then the prongs, and so on. But the software does not see the interaction between the two features. For example, the shank is intersecting the top plate. There's extra metal, like wherever there's intersection between two features, there's extra metal. And okay, in software, there are ways to reduce extra weight, like there is something called as scooping. Now, scooping works for single feature, like single shell. So for example, if you were to look at this shank, this has been scooped. That is why you see a cutout. And like initially, you would know that 10 years or 15 years back, scooping was not that prevalent. But scooping has become very prevalent now, like everybody does scooping. So scooping has helped us to reduce the weight, but there's still scope for more. So I say that, like I realize that there's still a lot of scope. Okay, so how do I prove my point that we still have a lot of scope? We've developed something called as a thickness map. Right. So this is a very unique feature. Like this, you would not see anywhere. Like this has not been made so far. So what is this thickness feature? You just make a design, you load it on our software, and it gives you a color map of the thicknesses everywhere. Like instantly, within seconds, you get the thickness map. So what does this thickness map show? There's a scale. Like red means it is around 0.35, and blue means 2 mm, like more than 2 mm. So here, near the shank, we have more than 2 mm. Here we have like 0.5, 0.6. Near the plates, you see that the thickness is not variable. It is not constant. It had to be the minimum thickness, but it's not. And this is not the case with this ring. It's the case with all the rings, bangles, pendants, everything you see around. So there we saw a massive opportunity to reduce weight. And right, so we've come up with a software called Mira Akar. What it does is you just put in the file, it will identify the surfaces which are thick, and it will reduce weight. So now this design on the right is after the same design undergoing weight reduction on Akar. So now you see that most of the surfaces are now red, like the top plate, the side plate, everything is red, which means that we are at the casting thickness, and we've made the ring 27% lighter. So this is a very recent advancement. Like Mira Akar is around 6 months old, and we've been doing, like I personally go to jewelers and I do demos and I see their designs, and so far on an average we've been able to reduce like 20%. Like 20% is like the average, I promise, and in few cases it even goes to up to 35%. But the point is that like here there is a massive scope, and like until now what the designers would think is that I know how to do scooping, and like I know how to change thicknesses of the file. Well, that is true, but it does not account for intersections. It does not account for, like, there are prongs, like on the top there are prongs, there are cutouts for the diamonds. We cannot account for all of that by just varying thicknesses. We need a very specialized tool to reduce weight. And right, not just rings, but like in temple jewelry has a massive potential over here. And we've been giving like demos for the, like we have demos like almost every day. And right, so hopefully like in the next few months you would see jewelry turning out to be lighter. Like this ring for example was around 9 grams, it is 6.5 grams over there. Right. So to talk about a bit more about Mira, right, so this is the weight reduction tool that I was talking about. Again, so this is another example wherein it is very clear. Like let's say we have made a design on the outside, and we have made a cutout from the back. Like the designer, this is the original design. The designer has made a scooping like pattern from the back side, but still there was scope for more. So that is the output of our software. And even like on the top there's a lion face, and you see that there has been some scooping done via ZBrush. There's this very specialized software, but we can go even further and reduce it even more. Right. Other than that, we've also worked out ways to reduce the weight of shells which have stones on them. So generally, the stone setting area, designers don't like, anybody does not prefer to lightweight. They are like, nahin, toot jayega. If I were to press fit, toot jayega. But there is a way out, and that way out is called the Azure cut. So Azure cut, or it's also known as Avaz cut in other places. This people have been doing manually. Like manually, very few talented designers know how to make such cutouts. So what are these cutouts? On the top, we have the stone. On the bottom, we don't have a circular hole. We have a hexagonal or a pentagonal cutout, which takes up more space, like it makes a bigger cavity from the backside. It improves the brilliance of the stone, because from the backside of the stone, we've reduced the metal. So there is more void and there is more brilliance. And of course, we are reducing weight. So we have two benefits. Now, this is super difficult. Like this is super difficult to automate. Like given this design, if anybody were to ask me, can you make this automatic Azure cut? Super difficult. But yeah, we've cracked this problem, and we have this solution which works on like STL file or 3DM file. So people who don't have Rhino software or a designer team can also, like even a service bureau can do the Azure cut. They don't need to hire a team to do that Azure cut. And so this is like, here I would like to say one more thing. Usually, we Indian companies are known to copy foreign software or features. Here, it's the other way around. Thank you. And And yeah, while going around the market, I also was asked very frequently, can I do bangle resizing? So yeah, we did a lot of research on that, and we also have an inbuilt like just like okay, ring resizing is very common, like people do it every day, but bangle resizing is not available in any other software. So so this is like here you take an STL or a 3DM file, you load it, and we can change the size. And this like otherwise this would take like hours, but it takes like a few seconds on our software. And last but not the least, we have the CAM software called Mira Pro, which is already there in the market with like since the last 2 years, and we are present in SEEPs, all the big brands, manufacturers across India, not just India, also United States, UK, Europe, and Middle East. Uh, and yeah, so there we've like our core expertise was actually in the CAM, and then we gradually moved to CAD. And as and when I'm exploring, I'm coming to know that actually there's a lot of scope. So like all of these innovations is just 1 year old. There's more to come, and like even on the side of if you were to take not just designing is one aspect, then there is the CAM aspect wherein we are actually over designing. Like we have normally we make design thicker because we are going to file it later on. Why? Because the 3D printed part is going to have supports on it, or we are going to assume that वहाँ पे filing हो गई, so we'll make it thicker. So we are over engineering right from CAD. If we know how to use the CAM software well, we do not have to over engineer there, which means that we can reduce weight over there, then in CAM, and in output as well. And of course, on casting front as well, there's a lot of scope. Like we are using, currently we have a traditional tree-based approach wherein like we have a tree and we solder wax pieces. The yield is super low, like 30-35% is the average we are getting. But so we've done research on that, and we've been able to increase it to 50%. We've launched our product in like IIJS NESCO only. You guys are invited to visit us. We have samples. Like we've been able to increase the yield to 50%. And yeah, that's all from my side. I'll pass on to Dian. Sure. Yeah, thank you.
So in the end, I would just like to say that we have the platforms which are solving the global problems right now, which jewelry industry is facing. We have D4J, where manufacturers can easily access the designs uploaded from any part of the world. And the freelancers now have a platform where they can upload their work. And as I speak of render jewelry, you can get quick and high quality realistic images and videos, which no other software in this industry provides. And actually it's not a software, it's an online website where you just have to log in, you get your credentials and you can start the work. Just open the 3DM file and you get images and the videos for the same. Thank you so much.
Yeah, please let us know if you have questions.
So I have a few questions.
Yeah,
So
sure.
this D4J platform that is there, so this is a web-based platform or there is an app for it?
Right now we have a web-based platform and we are going to have an app for the same. But on the app there will be only buying and not selling.
Okay. And secondly, I wanted to ask, like once we have a CAD file, which may be a STL file, to get a 3D render out of it, so for that we need to take a subscription, or one can go for per file basis. I mean, how does it work?
I will explain it from both the sides. If you are a manufacturer and if you buy the 3DM or an STL file, you will get the file, and along with the file you get the render images of the file and videos as well. And if you are a seller and if you want to upload the 3DM file or the STL file, you will get the platform of render jewelry through D4J, where you can render your files.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions related to Mira or D4J or render jewelry?
So for the software through which the gold weight is reduced, so that works as a plugin in the existing softwares, or it's a completely different software in which the file is uploaded and it gives an output?
Right. So, it's both. We have a plugin in Rhino called Mira Ratna, and we have a standalone which is called Mira Akar. So one works on 3DM and the other works on STL.
Thank you.
And I would like to say that Mira Akar is now available on D4J as well on monthly subscription basis. So anyone, if no one wants to buy the perpetual or the annual license, you guys can come on D4J and buy the monthly subscription of Mira Akar as well. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay then, that was our time. Thank you. Okay, Jeet.
We'll distributing freebies.
Yeah, so also we are distributing the wax pieces which are related to Mira Akar. We have two designs. One is scooped and one is azure cutted. So you can get the full review of how much total reduction, how was the initial weight and how much the weight is reduced. Same for both the scooped designs and the azure cutted designs as well.
Can you share your contact details and prices of this software?
Sorry, sir?
Can you share your contact details
Okay.
and prices of this software?
For Mira Akar?
Yeah.
So I'll get back to you once I'm off the stage.
Okay.
I'll come to you.
Thank you.
Here. I have one suggestion actually. Can you go back to the place where you were showing the red and the green in your
Yes.
weight loss?
Yes. Huh? It's not. बंद हो गया?
He'll do.
ठीक है. Thanks.
Yeah. So here, can you just explain what does red mean?
Oh, right. Yeah. Thank you. So we have a color scale.
Yes.
Red, like, I don't know if the numbers are visible.
Yeah.
But this is 2 mm and this is like, I think, 0.5 mm. And this is around 0.35.
Okay.
So here I'm assuming, like it's a software parameter, that my minimum casting thickness is 0.35.
Okay.
So I want my design to be at 0.35 everywhere. So it tries maximum to make that 0.35 thickness everywhere in the design. We can like prevent a few regions, like you can say, ki, for example, prongs mein we don't want that. Of course, prongs mein we don't want to scoop. Or, yeah, like.
Good point. So my only suggestion really is if you flip the colors,
Okay.
right? Instead of telling me that red is the optimum 0.35 or whatever is the thickness,
Right.
make that color green.
Okay.
Where I need to work on, you could make that red. I'm just using the traffic signal as an example, right? The
Right.
moment you see red, you're supposed to stop.
Right.
And if you make it green, you're supposed to move,
Okay.
right? So if you put that in the reverse, which I'm sure it's possible in some level.
Yes.
So
It's
green
possible.
is easier for me. So I know green is
Good to go.
good to go, and only I need to check out the green, red places.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's a good suggestion.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. We can flip the scale.
Just a question of
Possible.
flipping.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Diyan Shah and Dr. Jeet Desai, for sharing your insights and expertise with us. I particularly appreciate your explanation about everything. Your insights were very helpful, and I'm sure our audience found them valuable as well. I mean, I have never been to all this jewelry thing, but your information was very different. Me itself found it very innovative and very informative. Thank you for your explanation, so deep explanation. Thank you so much. Let's give a big round of applause to them. Thank you.